All right.
So
Welcome.
stupid. Hello.
Welcome to Green Light and Banter. This is episode, what did I say?
I think like 14.
My gosh. Oh, I just checked this. Episode 25.
Is it?
It is.
No.
So we're back. Last time it was March 27th.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we've had a lot going on.
Is that 4? That's like 3 weeks. Is that 3 weeks?
No.
It is 3 weeks. So we were going to do this last week, and
I can't remember what happened.
there was all kinds of personal traumas in my life. So, sometimes you have to prioritize things.
And I had to mow.
You did.
I mean,
Well, let me say this before we get going. Today is April 17th, 2024.
the year of our Lord.
Yep, and like I say, it's episode 25. So,
Yeah.
man, that's crazy. We've done 25.
I know, we're practically veterans.
We've actually done more.
And I think we know less than when we started. You just had to read the owner's manual to get us going.
Well, I couldn't remember which button started the record.
That seems like that's the first thing you should
It
learn.
doesn't say. It just says the button is enter. So maybe that I'll remember that. Enter the podcast. Enter the dragon.
Enter the dragon.
Yeah, so I thought we were having a couple of,
We had a couple people flake on us today, did we?
well, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for me to confirm. And
Did you not confirm?
well, again, Jamie, there's like stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky to hold it together.
Hey, we're not going to unload it here. Are
That's
we?
what I'm saying. No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like, okay, I'm preparing to do one thing and then something.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's no big deal.
I think all in all, I've done pretty well.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
So I did work on our live streaming application, which I have.
My God.
I have it.
What
I
do you
have
mean?
it created. I've got the software installed. I've got the camera set. But quite honestly, this would be, if we were doing it, we would be live streaming on Instagram. So I'm not sure. I've got to do a couple of test runs to make sure it actually works.
I just want to point out, though, you have gone forward with this live streaming hoopla with no acknowledgement of my disdain.
Well, I mean, we could do it right now.
We can't do it right now. Excuse me.
We can't. We can pop on Instagram Live and just do a little.
Pop on the gram, as the kids say.
I don't know what they say, and quite honestly, I don't care what they say because I'm sick of the kids with all their popular stuff.
We're just teetering on unloading, aren't we?
Well, I mean, think about it.
I know. What are you doing now? No, you're not doing that. Absolutely not.
Look at that; it's perfect.
It's awful.
So we've got our. I really like to live stream to kind of show our setup a little bit.
Okay, I can go ahead and tell you there is nothing special about our setup whatsoever.
You just don't even care, do you?
I do care, but I just don't think we have the studio that necessitates a live stream.
Yeah, I think the camera position would be better over there anyway.
My gosh.
So we'll do that another time. So no biggie.
I think this is a big sadist outlet for you to torture me.
It's fun. We need some fun stuff.
Absolutely.
Come on, we deal with depressing things all day long, and so we should be grateful and happy that we can do these things.
I'm grateful and happy.
I mean,
I'm always grateful and happy.
I mean, I have a specific thing that happened today that just completely saddened me.
I know.
So, I mean, I think there's things in my life that are bad and difficult right now. However, it could always be worse.
It could always be worse.
So I am, quite honestly, in spite of my manic depressive state currently, forever the optimist. I do fully believe that all things will work out.
Absolutely they will.
And the victory has already been won. All I need to do is go home.
That's true. Yeah.
So, it awaits. And these days I'm ready. So if I haven't told any of you all listening lately, I love you. It's been great. I'm ready to go.
I like you. That's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, he's not lying.
Oh,
Jamie's he's one that if somebody says that, he's like, okay.
I am, admittedly so.
Love you guys. Okay, good to see you.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm not a very emotionally available person, I guess.
It's okay. Jamie and I are currently planning our future trip to Central America.
It was brought up today. I have made no decisions to the affirmative or negative on that.
Well, I'm going, so if you want to go, you can.
I know. I'll think on it.
It'll be an adventure.
It will be an adventure.
I love adventures.
I know you do.
I have not had a grand adventure in my life in some time, whereas I've experienced something physically near death, which is what...
Yeah, that's not the best selling point I've ever heard.
I mean, that's what I like, the challenge, whereas like, okay, we're going to do this, you could die. So the goal is to not get dead.
Yeah, that's goal number one.
That's what Dan Bongino says.
Oh, yes.
Don't get dead.
You mean our colleague, fellow podcaster?
Yes. Have you listened to his podcast?
I have. Yes, I have.
So he does his podcast a little different.
He doesn't believe in not working blue.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's getting paid, so.
Yes. So what's on the agenda for the day?
Well, I had a crazy topic.
Okay.
Although I put it on hold because what we've discovered is if we're having guests, we don't have a topic.
Yeah, I think we're going to delve more towards a freelance, although it feels pretty freelance to me, quite honestly.
Right, but I mean, if you've got a guest, I think what the point of discussion should be is
the guest.
Yeah, let's know about you.
Yeah.
And honestly, for some people, other than myself, it's hard for them to talk about themselves.
I can see that.
Although Jamie is free to talk about his chainsaw, his fishing rod.
Well, thank you.
Things like that.
I got a chainsaw and a fishing rod. So, subject broached.
And you're getting another one.
Yes. Yes, I am getting another fishing rod. I will always get another fishing rod.
Man.
I'll never not be getting another fishing rod.
I need to show you my rig that I actually bought it for my dad for Father's Day one year, and he never used it.
Oh, man.
Never got to use it.
Oh.
So I actually have it.
Have you used it?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, because I would always buy him things that I wanted for myself. But you know what? I would never, like the things I bought for him from time to time, I would never buy for myself.
Okay, I get
wanted
that.
them.
I get that concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
The microphones are sounding very well today, I think.
Yeah.
Did you hear that bike? Good Lord.
Wow.
Yeah. Fast and furious.
Were they driving on the rooftop?
I think so.
So I thought this is my topic idea, and I thought of this. Elevator conversations.
Avoid them at all cost. Next topic, please.
Okay, so no. So I thought of this. Okay, there are people, and it's on commercials now where they make fun of people.
Like the progressive commercials? Yeah.
For, people becoming their father or their parents.
Yeah, and I these commercials, I identify with so much of them that it's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm offended by it.
No, I'm not offended by it. I laugh at it.
Because you are that commercial?
Like the one where they're throwing away the items in the dumpster, and she goes, "Old containers are trash and not made to put leftovers in." Those are absolutely there to put leftovers in.
Yeah, I think if you're not reusing them once, you're missing the boat.
Yeah, you are.
And you don't throw them away. They're recyclable.
They are recyclable.
And quite honestly, you could use them for 50 years.
And I do.
Yeah. We always did as well.
I haven't bought a Tupperware in my adult life.
I mean, why would you? Actually, you do buy it. It's just something else in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've washed out the latest orange chicken out of it.
But the ones I like are like the sliced meat that actually come in.
Oh, yeah. They're wonderful.
Like, this is fantastic.
They're wonderful. They're made to keep meat fresh.
Fresher.
Ish.
Keeps it from drying out.
Yes, sir.
So the elevator thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we were on. So my elevator experiences generally are at the hospital.
Right.
Mostly because I don't necessarily go anywhere else. However, I have been on the elevator in Chicago more recently, and the person on the elevator did not appreciate my elevator conversation.
I can see that.
Yeah. So we were on the elevator at the hospital recently, and I always try to make people feel probably uncomfortable.
On purpose?
Yeah.
Like how?
Just in a funny way.
Explain yourself.
Make a joke or something.
Well, okay. Yeah, proceed, sir.
So I'm the person who always wants to talk on the elevator, and everyone else doesn't want me to.
Yeah, I don't want you to.
You don't?
Well, if I'm on the elevator, I'll tell you the only conversation I make on the elevator, and it does end most conversations. I immediately mention what is going to be the standard operating procedure if and when this thing gets stuck.
What is the procedure?
Well, I think we got to establish a hierarchy. Who's in charge?
I mean, how long do you think you're going to be on there?
As long as it takes. I think we need to establish a bathroom corner. I don't know
You're not going to be there that long. Where are you?
Well, if I'm not in the hospital elevators, I'm in some rundown apartment delivering equipment.
Ooh. Yeah,
I've been stuck in 2 elevators in the same complex off Summit.
Which one? Summit Towers?
Yeah, twice.
Oh. I always take the stairs.
I always take the stairs down, but I'm delivering equipment when I'm going up.
Oh yeah, you can't carry 600 pounds up.
No, I can't. I can't do it. It's not going to work.
Oh, you know what's the worst elevators right now? The towers behind Westtown Mall.
Yeah, they're atrocious.
And mainly because they're renovating. So the largest elevator, there's 2. The largest one, the construction workers have.
Yeah.
So all the people have to get on the little one.
Yeah.
And they have devices.
Yeah. And it's a line at the lobby. And
they're not friendly.
No. And
so
then,
you know what I do?
What?
I make a point of starting a conversation because I know these people don't want to talk to me. I know they don't. So guess what I do?
You engage.
I do.
You know what the worst thing is? People with their dogs on those elevators, because there's always somebody beside me who has no relation to this dog that acknowledges the dog's existence. So then now everybody feels some obligation to all agree that this weird looking little, this weird looking half demon in a shopping cart most of the time is the cutest thing ever. When in the meantime, I'm like, I bet this thing has fleas. I bet we're all infested when we get out of this elevator.
It's not the dog's fault.
I'm not blaming the dog. I will never blame the dog.
I mean, if you ignore, like, okay, let's say the dog's sitting on the floor, and you choose to ignore it, guess who it's going to pay attention to?
Yeah, me, always.
It's going to sit there and look straight up at you.
And can I tell you something? It's not going to adhere to my strict bathroom corner policy. It's going to go right in the middle of the dad blame elevator.
Well, hopefully it just went if they're getting on the elevator.
I don't know how these people plan their day. I can't.
I mean, dogs don't want to do that in a small space.
I feel like you think I'm blaming the dog. I'm blaming the owner 100% of the time.
Yeah, well, the dog can't help it.
I agree the dog can't help it.
But you're still not going to be on the elevator that long.
I don't know that. You don't know that.
I mean, how long do you think it could possibly be?
I've seen videos online where people have practically resorted to cannibalism. They've been on the elevator so long.
Yeah, like 30 minutes. That would be an eternity.
If I'm on an elevator for 30 minutes, somebody's coming out of there in a body bag. Because that means I'm going to have to eventually make conversation.
Oh, I always make conversation.
I know you do, but I know you do.
I always like making jokes. Like,
I hope the cables don't break.
No, not like that. But one thing I do like to do is when the elevator's really full, everyone faces the door.
No.
I stand at the door and face everyone else.
Greg, I can't have you out there.
You don't like that?
Listen, I can't have you out there representing me in public, facing all these people in an elevator when everybody's facing, because we're all staring up at the numbers, watching the thing slowly beep, praying that we make it alive.
5th floor.
Oh my gosh, when I'm going to have to go to the 9th floor and I'm only on the 5th.
9th floor.
I feel like, is it better if I just get out here and leg it the rest of the way?
So Andrew's apartment in Chicago, the elevator is from the 20s. So the
1920s.
Yeah, not the
Not the 2020s. That'd be a pretty new elevator.
It's brand new.
Yep.
But it's cool because the door to the elevator is an actual door. So it opens up it swings out. And there's a brass retractable cage thing that opens.
I bet you then before the buttons were there, it had the little crank. And a man.
No, I don't think.
No?
I don't think so. No, because the buttons it's brass. It's polished brass, and you can tell that they're old.
Does the elevator have a strange aroma?
It smells like hydraulic fluid.
Well, at least it doesn't smell like somebody had to establish a bathroom corner.
No,
Good.
It doesn't. And it's really cool. It's like painted red, bright red enamel paint, woodwork. Has like fancy wood carvings and polished brass. And the cage, the door thing is automatic.
So you'll be seeing this thing on Friday.
Yep. I know how it works. The first time we got on there, like the cage thing didn't shut, and so I shut it manually. And then just as I did that, I saw a sign that says, "Do not manually close the door."
Gosh. Have you seen the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie, Devil?
I have not.
They're like all stuck on an elevator, and
That's why you're worried.
No. I'm not worried over an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie. But
What is his name?
M. Night
Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan or something like that.
Shyamalan.
I've always called him Shyamalan Ding Dong. But
I guess he's not one of your friends.
hadn't met him yet. I'm sure he's a very nice person. But they're all stuck on this elevator. It's like a businessman or a businesswoman, I can't remember. Elderly woman. Just
Diversity.
different diversities. And the elevator gets stuck, and security's on camera with them saying, "We're going to get you out, blah, blah, blah." Then the lights will start flickering, and the lights will go out.
And then someone disappears.
Somebody's dead in the elevator.
They're just dead.
They're just
They're
dead.
not gone.
Yeah, and so it's a whodunit on the elevator. Yeah.
Wait, that's the whole movie?
Yeah, it's.
Well, I don't need to watch it now.
I didn't give away whodunit.
It's obviously someone on the elevator.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole point of a whodunit.
I mean, I'm guessing it's the last person that's not dead.
Well, there's never been a whodunit where it's somebody in a different time zone. It's always whoever's in the room.
Yeah, but that's a pretty small room.
Well, the size of the room's irrelevant.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be pretty easy to figure out.
No, it's not. That's the
How
whole
many
point.
people are on there?
Like 6.
Okay. Well, it's probably one of the 5 because one's dead. They didn't do it.
Let me just say this. If it wasn't for that...
Wait, what if the person who died killed himself?
Well, I'm not going to answer for any plot twist you might... Listen, Mr. Shamalama Ding Dong already knows how to do
Don't
a plot
worry.
twist.
I'm not watching it.
Well, I don't blame you. It wasn't great. It wasn't a great movie. But if it weren't for that concept of whodunits, then every mystery novel would be for naught. Agatha Christie would have never wrote a book.
Yeah, because it's the same thing with these TV shows.
What do you mean it's
Like,
the same thing with these TV shows?
Unsolved mysteries.
What
Okay.
about, wait a
They
minute.
could, it's an hour-long show. It could be over in 5 minutes. But they play the same bits over and over. Every commercial break, they come back and recap it. It's like, this could be over now.
No, okay.
It's easy.
2 things I want to say. Unsolved Mysteries was, and all due respect, a terrible example of what you're trying to put forth, because Unsolved Mysteries has nothing to do
Yeah,
with...
but in the mystery novel, they develop all these plot twists and these side characters. They don't have to do that. They could just solve the mystery.
What fun would that be to read about? Hercule Poirot coming in there and saying, "Well, I'm going to clock in real quick. It was that dude. I'm out of here, guys."
Solved.
Yeah. No. He's got to interview everybody. He's got to...
Oh, this is entertainment.
Yes. But,
Just like elevator conversation.
hey, we're back to it.
You could very easily just get on an elevator and not say anything.
I do.
But when I get on, I'm going to make somebody's day better.
In your eyes.
No, they're going to remember that. They're going to think it's a lighthearted thought. It's going to make their day better. I could get on there and not speak or say hello or, "Oh, I like your tennis shoes. Are you a runner?"
Before we proceed with this, you didn't let me get in my second point about Unsolved Mysteries.
So,
It's a good point.
are you dragging it out?
Well, no, I'm not tracking it out. I just want to say that a good friend of the family, she was a regular actress on Unsolved Mysteries. She'd play different parts in every mystery. That's it. It would have been more...
Wait, you interrupted what I was saying to tell me that?
I want to say you interrupted what I was saying.
You didn't say there. Oh, but wait, I've got a second part.
Yes, at the very beginning of it, I said 2 things about that.
I guess you did.
I did say that.
I wasn't listening.
We can, if this were tape, we could play the tape back.
Well, we're live streaming.
Are we really live streaming?
Yeah.
Greg, let me tell you
You got
something.
3, is it 3 or 4 cameras?
Okay, good. Good. But no,
Are
back
you
to,
going to Huntsville tonight?
I'm absolutely not going to Huntsville tonight, you liar.
It's a joke.
That's what but that
Wait, if you make a joke, It's a lie.
Technically, if it's a rib, is a rib the right word?
Ribbing. I don't know. I feel like my whole life has changed now because
Thank you.
jokes are lies.
In a way,
Like a practical joke is a lie.
well, that's a lie. And you know what they say? If you tell one lie, you're a liar.
I thought it was liar, liar, pants on fire.
You said on a telephone wire.
I never heard that one.
How have you not heard that one?
That doesn't even make sense.
That's the oldest liar.
If your pants are on fire, there is no way you're sitting on a telephone
How do you
wire.
think your pants got on fire?
Telephone wires don't
Lies don't make your pants catch on
telephone
fire.
wires don't make your pants catch on fire.
I guarantee you, if I sit on a telephone wire,
Nope.
liar, liar, pants on fire.
Not
you
enough.
sit on a telephone
not
wire.
enough electrical current in a telephone wire to set your pants on fire, and you're not grounded, so the current would just pass through you anyway.
Well, I can tell you for sure, there's not enough electrical current in a lie to set your pants on fire.
I bet there is at my house.
I bet there is at your house. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Quite
back,
possibly.
Back to the elevator. I'm sure I'll be on elevators with you in the future.
You'll get to experience the joy and pleasure.
I will ask you, as a friend,
to not do that.
to not engage with strangers in front of me. Because let me tell you something.
That is a waste of your energy.
Because let me tell you something. You will inevitably drag me into this.
Oh yeah,
God-awful.
You'll be the point of my contention.
Yeah. You'll direct everything at me, and I'll be sitting there. Oh shucks.
Did I do that to you today?
All day you all did it to me.
When our guest came?
A little bit when the guest came.
I thought the best was yesterday when our person came in to pick up their delivery.
I'm trying to remember that.
And I said I was doing your performance assessment.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. Appreciate that. I mean,
see, that's the thing that makes people's days better.
what about my day?
Your day should be better as well because you laughed about it too. Like I said, our visitor came in today, and I said, not only are we the best at what we do, we're also the funniest.
Well, yeah. There's truth in that. There's truth in that. In this industry, we are definitely the funniest.
I have been criticized before by people who they've said, well, he wasn't very professional during the appointment.
About me or you?
Not you, me.
Yep.
And it was because we injected humor into the, into the appointment.
Yeah, it's a way to break down tension.
Well, I mean, it's a difficult situation for people.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're in the most difficult time in their life, and it's not because I'm insensitive to the appointment. It is that I want to make them comfortable, and I want to make them have a happy moment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm sure I've been unprofessional.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes I feel like in myself I get a little carried away, so I'll be like, you need to just stop talking.
Oh, story of my life.
You do it all the time?
I can name examples in high school. There's a this I'm sure you're going to light this one up. But I watched those
Do tell.
I watched the Downton Abbey shows and movies. And there's a scene in one of the movies where one of the butlers says something, butlers in these British monarchy families, better seen not heard, and they were hosting the king and queen, and they were complimenting the food, and he just blurted out that it wasn't their chef that cooked it; it was the house's chef, even though the King Queen brought their own. It's a brilliant scene because everybody at the table looked up at the butler and why is this guy talking? And the camera just slowly zooms in on the butler's whole head. And that's what it feels like when you say something like,
I shouldn't have said
I
that.
shouldn't have said that right now. I've done that countless times. It feels like the whole room is just zooming in on you. I watched that. I was like, that is exactly how it was. It was a brilliantly executed scene.
I kind of did that today.
Here?
No.
Hospital?
Yeah, we were having an in-service. And the manufacturer's rep was there, and they had some specialty controls.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was a foot control, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is fantastic because we've done foot controls in the past. Not many. I've probably done 2 in 25 years. But this one was really nice. And so we have 1, 2, couple of therapists there,
Mm-hmm.
couple of reps from the dealers and the manufacturers. And so there's one thing, right? And I said, so if there's only one control for the foot, how are the women going to drive?
Yeah, no, that's great.
And I went, I know, I shouldn't have said
I
that.
shouldn't have said that. That's hilarious. That's fantastic.
That's how you break the tension in a room.
I can tell you now, I will not go into detail because it will break our first rule. But I remember in high school, it was freshman year, our algebra teacher was beautiful. I mean, right out of college. Should not have been teaching freshmen in high school. We were all sitting
Sounds
around.
like the perfect place to be.
Yeah. We were all sitting around. It was in 7th period, and it was after the announcement. So it's basically
Day was over.
yeah. So everybody starts telling jokes, and I had this series of books called "Truly Tasteless Jokes," and
I bet you did.
I wanted to get in on the joke telling, so I told one that was highly inappropriate, and the whole room just was in shock. I mean, and everybody turned like, Jamie. I'm like, what? And it's like the whole room zoomed in on me. Yeah. Yeah. It was the worst. I still remember it, and it just is so embarrassing.
You know what? I was thinking we have so much material. Like if Zach ever wanted to make some little short films, we have so much material from high school.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Because I was
And he could do that little zoom in.
Yeah. Oh, we could probably, get his
With
YouTube
the,
channel a lot
what's
of
he-
hits.
What's he called? Is it the dolly? Dolly action? So you have the cameras on the dolly and it just rolls in.
I mean, that moment, I remember thinking, well, I may get suspended today. What are you pointing at your can? I'm fine.
You are?
Yeah. Are you fixing to leave the podcast to go get yourself a cold one?
Yeah.
You can't do that, man. You got to stay put. Oh, you paused it. Did you not pause it? So now I'm just rambling like an idiot.
You have no like production intuition at all.
What type of statement's that? I don't even know what that
like
sentence
just
means.
like let's say I'm going to use my watch as a timer, and the timer goes off, and I point at my watch.
Hey, listen, we have never discussed that motion.
It's a universal thing.
Universal to who?
Like you point at your watch, it means time.
You think I'm in the industry? You think I know? Take 5, babe.
Or when I do this, it means I'm gonna
Go get another.
slip away. I'm gonna make a pause.
Or you can just say, I'm going to pause.
So if you could ever learn any of the production hand signs, we'll get along famously.
I'm never going to learn any production hand signs. We're going to make real signs like real people use.
Like cue cards?
Exactly. I would love cue cards. Do they even make index cards anymore?
I have a ton of them.
I mean, but that's not the answer to my question.
Do
You
they
probably
make
had
'em?
those from the 90s.
I don't know.
Is there any use for cue cards anymore or index cards?
Well, I mean,
Seems like kids use the notes on their phone.
I hate that.
I used to love index cards.
I did too. I still do. So honestly, when I go, I haven't done it recently, but I had these prepared presentations that I would do to talk about our business, like especially at the universities when I would teach the class.
Right.
I had cue cards.
Yeah.
They work great.
Yeah, they're fantastic. And notepads.
Index cards.
Notepads. I'm a notepad fiend.
Well, I like the little books.
Yeah, the notebook. Yeah.
The journals.
Like if you don't
field notes.
If you don't take that sleep safe one soon, I'm going to steal it.
You already got one.
Yeah, and you're leaving that one out for the public to take.
You can have it.
I'm going to take it.
Okay. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to write in it like any normal person. And you know what? Occasionally I'll doodle in it.
Well, I mean, I have a bunch of little journals and
those little
black books.
Those little ones from our former employer, the Evil Empire. Did you ever get any of those little blue ones? No, they're open like a book.
No. Are they spiraled?
No.
No, I never.
They're about that yay big. I know that's a great
3 inches tall by 2 inches wide.
Yeah, and
4 by 3.
Before I left there, I took like 100 of them.
Have you used them?
I've used maybe 3.
Do you are you familiar with field notes?
In what regard?
The little field note books.
Yes, I'm familiar with the notebooks.
Yeah, I like those. I have a ton of those, and then the moleskin books.
Yeah. And I like the old school spiral top notepads.
Where you take it out and you.
Yeah, I always use my shirt pocket.
Lick the end of your pencil and.
Hey, if my pencil needs a lick, never mind.
Does that make it better?
No, I'm sure. Maybe old pencils.
Is it just for effect?
I'm sure. Isn't that more of a pen thing?
I do it all the time just for.
What do you mean you do it all the time?
I just pretend like I do it and I do this.
Were you an eraser chewer?
Nope.
What about pencil chewer?
Nope. I coveted my pencils. I took care of my pencils.
Did you like the standard number 2 the best, or did you like the perfectly round?
Well, I like the old sided pencils in the past because they didn't roll off your desk.
Yeah.
But I have this complete stockpile of round pencils. Like, it's weird because I love the pencils. And then I have boxes of the Ticonderoga pencils that are made from Fraser fur.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
they come pre-sharpened.
I was about to ask, do you have a standard sharpener or a power sharpener?
I have a standard standard sharpener mounted, and it is fantastic. It has, you can select the hole size.
Oh man,
I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah,
it's a solid. Probably now it's probably like a $75 pencil sharpener.
You know, back when I was in middle school or junior high, whichever one the people call it.
Middle school?
Yes. I used to sell the round pencils out of my locker for $0.25 a piece. And I also would I'd go buy the multi-packs of Bubble Yum or Bubblicious or Hubba Bubba, and I'd sell those at $0.25 a piece. And we made a killing in between classes. People would line up at our lockers to get gum and pencils.
Can I tell you the funniest story?
What's that?
So I have a patient that I've seen for 25 years. Now, I haven't seen them since our new venture.
Mm-hmm.
And I miss this individual. I miss her father as well, but completely hilarious. So the patient is nonverbal. So, but very expressive.
Right.
So when she was little, they lived in Memphis, and they told me this story. So she was, I don't know, in her single digits. So let's say she was 7.
Okay.
So her dad always made her these trays to put on her chairs. Like he made them out of wood. Like the one she used forever, he made it out of a piece of wood that he used to clean his fish on.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
Reuse, reduce, recycle.
Ones could say green even.
Green. And so he had created like a little hole in it, and she had a cup sitting in there, and she had her pencils in it. So he had gone into the store to shop, and she didn't want to go in, so she's sitting outside in the mall. And, of course, she can't speak.
Oh, no.
And so she's sitting there, and people are coming by and taking her pencils and putting money in her cup.
Money in it. I knew that's...
And she's just sitting there, and she can't tell them these aren't for sale, but she is just laughing.
How much money did she get?
I don't know, several dollars.
That's fantastic. That's a great story.
But I'm like, and I'm not going to say her name, but I'm like, that is the best story I've ever heard. And she just, every time I will see her, I'll say, hey, do you have any pencils for sale?
That is fantastic. That's the equivalent of somebody sitting on the side of the road with a cup of coffee, and they're thinking they need money. They just dropped quarters in their coffee.
Right.
It's like, man, those are my pencils.
Yeah.
Where are you going with my pencils?
Come back. And I don't think she had a power chair at the time, so she couldn't.
She couldn't go after
couldn't
him.
move.
Yeah. Well, and then if she went after him, her dad would come out and be like, "What? Where's my daughter?" That is a great story. That's one Zach should.
That's a short.
Yeah, that's a short. He can put that on his YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh.
I think I subscribed to his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's working on a new documentary. He was filming this past weekend,
Oh yeah.
so it should be out soon. But I think it.
Now, does he call it a documentary? Does he call it a doc?
I think he calls it a docu short.
Does he really?
Because it has time constraints. I think it can only be 7 minutes long. But the one I really want to show you that he did, actually he didn't do it. He did.
Yeah, I'm subscribed.
Another. So his class project, he had to do an interview with someone, and they interviewed him. And so I watched the one that they did of him.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So are they? Okay, repeat. So that were the same interview or two separate interviews?
Separate interviews.
Okay.
So they interviewed one another.
Okay, I got you.
And so he had to produce his video of this individual. And so they're very similar in the shooting.
Right.
Like they used a lot of the same locations for the shots because, hey, we're both here. Let's shoot.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, yeah, that's pretty neat. I'll have to check that out. But
I'll have to get it because he showed it. I was like, I really want to see the one that your friend did of you.
right.
What you did was good, but I want to see what you said
Yeah.
because it was a personal interview, right?
Right.
And so he showed it to us, and I was like, I need you to send that to me. But the file was too big for him to send.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have it, but
Well, I need to get one of my 100 notepads and just start jotting down stories or memories and give it to you to give to him to make.
yeah, he'll be like, okay.
Why would he be okay?
Because he's like, I've got all this other stuff to do.
Well, we were just talking that we should. Did I imagine it? Not 10 minutes ago we were talking. We need to give him some stories.
No, I know. Because he could.
Now it's.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Because I always give him. I'm like, hey, I've got an idea, and he's like, great.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Because he's like, I've got enough to do, but you're right because he could actually. He knows how to put it together.
Yeah.
And film it and produce it.
Yeah.
And do the cuts and the sound.
Yeah, because.
Do you know anybody else that can do that?
No, I don't know anybody.
Right.
I try to avoid knowing anyone.
Oh,
That's why I don't talk to people on elevators. Back to it. We call that a callback in the industry.
That's not a callback.
It is too a callback.
A callback is where you audition for something and they
Well,
call you.
that is a callback, but I thought that's when you're storytelling. As you know, I'm a natural storyteller.
I think they call that back around.
Nobody's ever called it that and done that motion
Coming
with
back around.
I think you just made that part up. Have you even set a timer, by the by?
Oh, I've got a timer.
You haven't been timing anything.
Well, we missed the whole premise of the show.
What was the premise of the show? I thought we did great.
Well, remember the rules?
Don't work blue,
I'll set a time.
and then I'll do the banter. Oh, that is the original rules.
The time begins.
Did you set the time?
And I said the only rules is the time.
Well, I thought don't work blue was a rule.
Well, we came up with that afterward. If you listen to the trailer,
oh, yes.
so it goes, so what is green light and banter?
Don't say it like you're Delilah.
You should listen.
Delilah.
We're nearly at our time limit, but
I'm sure we're well past our time limit.
no.
It's okay, though.
You want to hear the trailer?
It's going to be terrible radio.
Listen, you ready?
This is terrible. Is it even going to register?
I don't know.
I mean, we've done so well so far. Are you really going to muck it up? What? There's no way that's...
So what is green light?
I think I hear it.
So green light and banter is a simple podcast
I really-
where
oh my
a topic is picked, a time limit is set,
I can't believe you're making people
and
hear
we
this.
give the green light and start the banter.
That's-
So there are no specific rules other than the time limit. There's no cursing.
don't work blue.
Pick a topic, start at the beginning. Who knows where it will end up? Time limit's up, and we'll be done.
No.
Green light and banter, simple idea, but fantastic topics with legitimate, intelligent discussion.
Mayonnaise and tacos, sir. Mayonnaise and tacos. I can test that trailer.
Hey, that was the best.
Vehemently, I can test it.
Hey, so if you're listening, go listen to the trailer.
I mean, honestly.
And if you want a backstory, I actually recorded it in a room I was building, so there's a fantastic echo in there. It sounds cavernous.
Fantastic topics.
And I'm actually playing the piano in the background.
Are you really playing the piano?
No.
Oh,
Well, somebody is.
well, I'm sure somebody is, but you just literally.
Have you not ever listened to that?
Well, I have listened to that. It's been a long time.
When was that? We started this like in August. That was August 14th.
Oh, wow. Time she flies.
Man, we're like 8 months in.
We're old.
25 episodes.
I don't know if that's factual. I think we've lost like 6 of them.
Well,
And if you count the ones where it's been cut off and we've started back up, it's probably like 40.
yeah, there's a couple episodes we did like three times.
I know. It was insufferable. We got out of here at like 1 a.m.
Did we?
Oh, no. I'm rounding up.
Really?
Let me have some artistic creativity here.
Really? All right, so hopefully we've distracted you for 48 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay.
That's good. This is like our longest podcast ever.
And we really didn't have much for topics. It wasn't nothing that repulses me. And so, and nothing I have no opinion on whatsoever.
But I didn't think you liked elevator conversation.
I don't like elevator conversation, but I like stressing how much I dislike elevator conversation.
I can't wait to be on an elevator with you.
I'm never going to be on an elevator with you.
Really?
Yes, I'm going to let you go on up and I'll meet you up. Yeah.
All right. Well,
And I will be apologizing to everybody that's on the elevator before you start in.
that's terrible.
To apologize to people that don't want you.
Yeah, apologize before anything happens.
Well, something's going to happen.
Pre-apologetic.
Listen, nobody knows more in this world, I'm willing to bet, about apologizing than I do. It seems like that's all I do. I apologize.
It's terrible.
I've mastered the pre-apology. I'm inevitably going to say something.
I will tell you this. I will never apologize for something I have not done.
But what if you know you're going to do something and you just...
The apology may not be necessary.
Oh, it's always necessary.
You only have so many apologies in your life.
Then I've used...
You need to save them.
For what?
For when you really need to apologize.
Every apology I've ever given, I've really needed to apologize.
And apologizing for something that someone else is going to do.
No, what's that? What was that? Oh, that's bad, Jamie.
That's bad, Jamie. All right. Well,
yeah, some of us got
again, thanks for listening, especially to our new listeners in Italy. Who knew?
Buongiorno. That's all. You ever heard of Louis down the street? It's good eats.
Oh, authentic Italian?
I've told you that story before.
Was it almost like the Pizza Palace?
Almost. Where my sister went to Italy with her friend backpacking, and they stopped off at an Italian restaurant, which was literally in the shadow of the Colosseum. And the waiter comes up and, how do y'all like your... I'm not going to do an Italian accent to insult our new listeners, but Tim was saying, how's your food? And Mary Jane's like, oh, this is great. And the her friend goes, well, it's no Louis. It's like, well, all right.
I feel like your sisters are fictional characters.
They may very well be. I mean, I'll say things to my family like, do you remember when this happened? And they're like, that never happened.
It's like, I cannot believe that you have sisters that actually are related to you.
I don't know how to take that sentence, quite frankly. What's that supposed to mean?
Because I never hear anything but good things about them.
They're wonderful, wonderful girls. Wonderful people. Everybody in my family's wonderful. But there has to be a black sheep. I mean, I take that. But you know what? None of them have apologized for anything more than I have.
That's right.
I agree. What are you saying?
Why should they?
I don't know. Surely they've done something that necessitates an apology.
Well,
I don't think I've ever gotten one from them.
What I always heard.
I can't wait for this.
What I always heard was, if you love someone,
let them go.
You don't have to apologize. And I will not tell you what my wife said.
Wait a minute. If you love someone, you don't have to apologize?
Yeah, loving someone means you never have to apologize.
You know who invented that phrase? A man. Yeah, absolutely.
Tammy's like,
Yeah, that's a pretty selfish.
I have learned to apologize.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to maybe I will pre-apologize.
Yeah. You know what happens when you pre-apologize? You don't have to apologize after you've offended anybody.
Because they know what's coming.
Yeah, I've already done the apology.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I begin, I'm sorry. And for anything.
Wait, is that your comedy act?
I don't have a comedy act. Oh, that would be a good start to it. But, you know, I would never be able to.
Wait, what was it Neil Bort said? Equal opportunity offender. I'm here to offend everyone. So nobody take it. It's not directed at you. I'm offending everybody.
If it wasn't for equal opportunity offenders, we would never have one Mel Brooks movie.
That's a whole other podcast.
Oh, I could ramble on forever about Mel Brooks movies, but we'll save that because I'm starting to get hungry for dinner. Home for dinner is like rule 3.
Yeah, rule 3.
Yeah.
You said that today.
Yeah.
So rules are?
Don't work blue, no punching in the face, and
home for dinner.
Home for dinner.
What's for dinner? Do you have any shredded cheese?
I'm sure I have shredded cheese. I may have to utilize.
Not here.
No, it's all gone here. I'm sure everybody understands that little ditty.
That's it. I'm gonna write that down.
What are you writing down? You're writing. What are you writing with? Velcro?
Shredded cheese.
Is that Velcro?
Looks like a pen. Though.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Well, thanks for joining us, and thanks to our sponsors. We'll mention you next time.
Once we get you.
Thanks to our listeners in Saskatoon,
And Italy, the old country.
the Czech Republic, England, and of course, the United States of America.
And soon, Japan, because we both watched Shogun.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it this
I didn't
week.
watch it last night either.
Oh my gosh, got something to do.
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys.
Later.